happens. Hopefully we will have luck this time, or better luck at least. But like I
think
said,
it's
it shouldn't be the internet. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, the call is smooth. I can open up web browsers very fast. Everything is fine on my end and your ends too. So I don't
yeah.
not understand this. And the weird thing is, like, I'm streaming with like almost 6K bitrate, so the quality should not be bad. Like, and 60 FPS. Come on, Twitch. It should not be
But I'm
bad.
just watching the stream right now. There is just feel like it's better right now.
It's better. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's wait 1 or 2 minutes, or 1 or 2 minutes. Let's see what happens, and then we can start. Okay. Most jobb, hölgyek, urak? Is it better, ladies and gentlemen, on the stream? Is it better? Sorry for this issue, by the way. I'm not sure what's happening because my internet is good, so it shouldn't be on any of us internet problems. So I'm not sure what's happening right now, but yeah. Maybe it's Twitch, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it can be.
Something else. Let me know, please, okay? Hölgyek, urak, infózzatok egyet még, kérlek, hogy jó-e. Could you please check if it's lagging, because...
Okay, there is one ad again.
Oh, okay.
You're just making money from me.
Yeah, I did not put ads, by the way. It's like a Twitch thing sometimes.
Yeah.
When there is football events or basketball events, they're always putting something
exactly.
there. So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's better, I think. There is no lag in my side.
No lag. At all, no lag.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Szia, Crasher. Nem laggol, Crasher. If I'm moving my hands, it's not lagging. I'm doing some sports right now. Just to warm up, you know. Crasher, nem laggol. Infóz már, kérlek, meg többiek. Lilium, Lady Shamu. Nem, okay. Okay, it's not lagging. Okay, yes. Restart button. Plug in, plug out, you know. The ultimate solution for every IT issue. Okay. If you're down to start, let me know, and we can start.
Yeah, we can start with like introducing myself, right?
Yeah, but I will welcome everyone, and after that, yeah. Right. Don't you rush, my friend. Don't you rush, my friend. So yeah, welcome everyone in this very new episode of Dev Life with our good friend here, Barkin, and he's also a game developer and also a person who is studying game development, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, nice. Very welcome and very nice to have you here. I'm very honored and very thankful that you have accepted my request for this video interview. Thank you, my friend here. And yeah, like you said, you wanted to rush a bit, but that's okay. You wanted to go into details very quick. Okay, let's start with the introduction. Yes, sir.
So let me introduce myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Barkin. I'm joining that stream from the Turkey. I'm also a game developer and also the student, which is my department is like digital game design. I am both developing and studying it. So it will be interesting to share my experience from the both developer side and also the student side.
Okay. Nice. Thank you for this introduction. Okay, so what was the very first, like I'm always saying, of course, origin stories are important for me. So what was the very first contact with video games in your life as a kid?
I don't remember it exactly, but in my first like primary school, I was doing some games from the paper. There were lots of friends. We didn't have any PC or something because it was restricted from our parents. Yeah, we have to work on the classes. So we were doing some games to paper, and then we were playing it on the class. That was my first, how can I say, enter the game area, the
I
gaming
see.
area.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And so when you got into gaming in a more deeper way and you started playing like games not just on paper but for example on PC, did your parents open up to this topic?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And after that, with the PlayStation 2 or something, I just started to play the digital games too.
I see.
And
Okay.
yeah, and after that, since that time, it keeps to my passion to play the games like always
I
for
can see
all of
very
us.
good games behind you on posters. Bloodborne, I can
Exactly.
see
That's,
Deathloop, GTA 4. Nice,
yeah.
nice, 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 very nice. Okay, and what made you think of like, okay, it's a passion of mine, it's a hobby of mine, but I also would like to learn it and study it. So what
Mhm.
transitioned in from from a hobby into like making it and studying IT when you
It's
realized that you would like to study IT and game development?
Yeah, I think it's because of the learn the how to make people addictive to games.
Okay,
Because I was addictive to games. We were addictive to games. We are playing it like 10 hours or something for
true,
my
true.
old days. Yeah. So and after that, I want to learn that how to make the people addictive. It's bad thing, but we have to sell the game and we have to make some money to. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. You have to
So and
create the
after that.
drive that people has for these games.
Exactly. And after that, when I realized that, I was uh, targeting to become a computer engineer
Okay,
only. But and after that, I just decided to make some games. Um, there are lots of computer engineers, but they are not making lots of games. They do, but
okay.
um, you, how can I say? You understand what I mean, right?
Yes, yes. Okay, 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 okay. And were like your family and close friends supportive about your decision that you're wanting to like making games?
Do you know what? I was really focused on the programming
Okay,
on my high school.
okay,
I was doing lots of codes like I want to be a software engineer or computer engineer. But my mom said that you're just playing lots of games and also you're addicted to games. And also you're interested on the programming side. Why you're not making games? She said that. And after that, the thing that comes to my mind, and I just decided to make some games. And so my parents are supporting me to make
oh
games.
nice, that's a very
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
thing
exactly.
for them.
It was
Yeah,
it was my mom thingy. You
nice.
understand what?
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks Barkin as well. Nice. Okay, okay. So when you first like started studying IT and programming and everything at high school, was it very hard for you? Did you have like very few times when you like wanted to stop
Exactly.
or take breaks from that?
Mhm. I have started game development like 7 years ago,
Okay,
and for first 2 years it was my like hobby. It was not like my job or something because
okay,
I was on the high school side. We didn't have any class about these kind of things.
okay.
I was watching tutorials like Breakies or something, and I was making some games. I realized that I'm really interested in these kind of things. And after that, for 5 years, I'm just trying to make my codes more like reliable, maintainable,
I
more
see.
readable. Yeah. For 5 years, it was like really difficult times for me because making games is not like writing code or something. You have to communicate with your friends really good.
True.
So you have to be in a harmony with your team, with your artist, with your sound designer or something like. So it's really difficult times for my 5 years.
I see. And were you
I keep
aiming to work in a bigger team or in a smaller one? Like, what was your goal?
in for future.
Not just for future, but when you started, yeah.
When can you say it?
So
Sorry.
what was your goal about like were you aiming for to like work in a bigger team or a smaller team with few people on your side?
I think
With
working with working with few people. I think.
okay, 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 okay. I see, I see. And so what was your very first idea of your own game? Like what was your very first idea? when you realized that, okay, now I'm starting this game, and this game will be, I don't know, an RPG or an FPS or something like that?
I saw that lots of people try to make some RPG or GTA stuff things.
Okay.
I know that these are really big scope. It's really difficult to make these kind of games as a solo for
Okay.
my school project. The first game was like the platformer, as I know. It was a platformer which you can throw your eyes. The character was has just one eye on the middle, and it was the face of the character. And the character was throwing his eyes to enemies, and
Oh,
also
okay. Interesting.
that character was jumping, and it was like platformer,
I see.
as I know.
Have you released that game somewhere as well, so we can play it, or?
I didn't.
Oh, okay. It was just for you,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It was for my school project. It was for the finals or something, as
And
I know,
what
in
was
the
your
first grade.
very first game that you have released?
Released.
Yeah.
I think it can be Foresight.
Okay.
It's a 2D puzzle platformer too.
Okay.
Uh, and also, I think there was a game named Ponzel, which
Okay.
is 3D puzzle platformer too. And it can be my first release game.
Okay. Okay.
So
I
you
see.
guys can play it on my itch.io on the Foresight.
Nice. Okay. Feel free, by the way, to link it after stream or during stream. Yeah, and I will promote it. Okay.
Yeah.
So and what is the game that you are working now? Because I saw that you are starting to posting some screens and some ideas shared about your game. So what is the game? It's a bigger
Yeah,
scope.
exactly.
I could see that.
Um, the game name will be Foresight.
Okay.
As I said before, it
Okay.
will be a 2D puzzle platformer game. It will not like platformer. It will be 2D puzzle game. It's a game where you have to give some inputs before the game level starts,
Okay.
and after that, you will your character will be based move based on these given inputs.
Okay.
That will be the game, actually the overview of the game, and it will be cartoonist style. And I will work as a solo dev. I'm just drawing all the assets. I'm just trying to make some music, some
Oh,
sounds.
okay. So you're doing it all your own. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But if I need some help, I will take it from my colleagues from the school or something
I see.
for
Okay.
university. I mean,
Okay. And what was the influence behind that game or this game that you are talking about now?
I think actually the game that I released, it's the copy of the my release game.
Oh,
I
okay.
Yeah, it was. You will see the game, the Foresight, and this game is like look like the, how can I say, basic puzzle game. There is no any asset or something. There is just shapes. You understand what
So
I mean,
was
right?
it like a learning process for you to make a better game, we could say?
Yeah, exactly. We can say.
Okay, 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 okay. And
I was more focused on the programming side in that
I
game.
see, I see, I see. And when it comes to like writing the story and making the animations for you know, the heroes and the monsters and everything and the puzzles, so what is the like very hard part about it for you, if there is a hard part? So
Yeah,
how could you
exactly. There is
describe it?
lots of parts.
Okay.
So yeah, as you said, the storytelling part is pretty hard,
Okay.
but the most difficult one is, I think, the animations, because I'm just Unity as a game engine,
Okay.
and my art is not pretty good, but it's not bad. I'm just trying to sketch some characters. I will try to make some bone animation. You know, the Unity bone
Yeah,
animation.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
it will try to save my life, I
Okay.
believe.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. So yeah, and when it comes to like heroes and the theme of your game, what influenced the theme of your game? Like,
I think we can say the, what was the name of the game? Um, the I influenced it from the art side, the Cult of the Lamp. You
oh,
remember
nice,
that?
nice, nice, nice. Yeah,
Cult of the Lamp. The art style was influenced my dream game. So I will try to take some copies from there, but it's not like the same.
I
But the
see.
art style
Okay,
will be like this. All the theme is comes from the Cult of the Lamp. So yeah,
okay. And so as for like making this game, and you would like to release it, I guess, on Steam.
Mhm,
Which is the goal? Like, how many years are you planning to work on this game? Like, if you are seeing it now that you are
mhm.
making this game, so how do you see it? How many years will it take you to finish your game?
I think approximately like 1.5 years or something, one half a year or
Okay,
something,
okay, okay,
as
okay.
I know. But
Nice.
yeah, the scope is not huge, but I want to make a game which I can play. I don't want to release it like quickly or
I
something
see.
because
Okay.
yeah,
Would you
you know
like
there are
it
lots.
to be a long game, like a long running game, which has a lot of missions, puzzles?
Yeah, exactly. There will be some collectibles. There will be some crafting system on puzzle game.
Okay.
Yeah, there will be long term systems.
Okay. I see. Okay. Nice. Okay. And as for future projects, do you have like anything besides those games that you are working now on?
There is no any right now, but and after that, I am just trying to make some games which can be produced in short terms. I want to make a challenge, uh, like the 1 month per one game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the next after the release that game. This is my future plan for the game
Would you like
development side.
those games to be like Steam games or itch.io games?
I don't want to release it on the Steam, but if I like
Oh,
that
but why?
the game, yeah, it will be Ichai or something.
Oh, okay, okay. But why you are not into Steam, or why you don't want it to be released on Steam?
As I said before, the if I'm making games and I'm just selling it, I have to play that game. I have to
Okay,
like that.
okay.
I think the 1 month is not pretty enough time for releasing game. But yeah, there are lots of games
Oh, I
which
got
is
your point. Okay, okay, okay,
you
okay.
understand what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there are lots of games which makes lots of money, which has
I see.
really achievement. Yeah,
Okay, okay. And like after all these, you making your own games, also you had plans like working for companies, developers, or it was always like, okay, I want to go full solo or with a small team of mine and making my own games.
I think the time will decide that
Okay.
because uh, if I can survive as an indie developer, I will try to continue with indie sites. But if I cannot survive my life with this way, I will just try to look for some jobs or something.
Okay, but would you like would you miss your own like freedom making your own games, or wouldn't you miss if you would work for others?
If you are working on the mobile sector, it
Okay.
will be more harder for you. You don't have any independent decisions or something. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I will miss if I work in like mobile industry or something, mobile
Okay.
game.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so from all those posters that you have behind you, which is the very favorite of your collection, your games?
It's pretty difficult question. I think the Deathloop can be because
Okay.
like in my old days, in my childhood, I was playing lots of competitive games, but after the studying that game design,
Okay.
I just realized that what is the good game. So and after that, I just focused on more game design based games. You understand what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you stop playing multiplayer games and you switch to story-oriented games, you say?
Uh, I didn't do it like my decision. I have to stop playing multiplayer games because it takes lots of times.
Oh, I see,
If
I
you are
see, I see, I see.
if you are
Okay.
developer and
Yeah.
also studying that digital game design, it's pretty difficult to take time on the multiplayer games. So
I see.
yeah,
Okay, okay, okay. I see. And so yeah, you mentioned also music. So do you play music yourself? Do you do music?
yeah, I'm just playing with guitar, normal
Nice.
classic guitar. Yeah,
Nice.
but I didn't convey it to I mean the convert it to the digital one.
Okay.
But I'm just trying to make some music on the Ableton and also like making some sound design from the getting some sounds and making it more clear or something. Yeah,
Okay, nice,
I'm
nice,
interested in those kind of things.
nice. Okay.
I'm not pretty good on sound design.
But you can always like evolve into better if you're
Yeah,
practicing
exactly.
enough.
I
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so and like you were mentioning that okay, you are studying it, but so during the process of like studying IT and developing games, were there times when you like lost yourself totally and like you wanted to like okay, let's say I don't know, I don't want to do this anymore and switch to another territory of your life of your
Not
life?
yet, but it will be happen.
Okay, okay, okay. I see, I see, I see.
It's let me introduce my community in my school site.
Okay,
So we have a community which is there are lots of developers in there
okay,
named Bak Game Lab. It's based in Istanbul, Turkey. We guys are developing some games and we are just sharing some our experiences with each other. So how can I say? In there, there are lots of really good developers. When you see them, you just make yourself like decreasing your motivation. You
I
understand
see,
what I
I
mean, right?
see.
Yeah. You just becoming like the unhappy person. You just think about your future. Can you do that? Can you achieve the things that your friends doing? You understand? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a competition between all those developers that are also like helping each other grow and to be motivated, I guess.
Yeah. Also, it motivates someone. It motivates lots of developers because they are seeing that they can achieve too. But in the other side, there are lots of developers who just decreasing their motivation because of their achievement. But it needs to be up your motivation because you see that your friends can do, so you can do that too.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you were talking about like making games that has this drive from or for people to play them a lot, so and you also told us that you would like to make games that it is fun to play for you as well, of course.
Yeah.
So how
Mhm.
can you balance and combine those two things?
It's pretty difficult question. So I didn't think about it, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, the making a game. I mean the fun is
Do you think that you can understand the fun side of games enough that
yeah.
people will have fun on your side on your games as well?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
It's it's not like making a fun game is not like having an amazing graphics or something.
okay.
The scope can be
What is fun
really
for you for games, especially for example, like make examples, name examples, especially from those games that are behind you. Like what are the fun, for example, in Deathloop for you? I'm just
I
curious.
think
I'm wondering because I totally agree with you on this point. I'm just wondering what is fun for you in these games.
I don't know how can we make a how can we answer it like correctly, but there is no any correct way I think to
Okay, it's
because
true. Okay,
the
agree.
fun is cultural thing, you know
Yeah.
that in the other cultures there are lots of fun meanings. So it's really difficult to define what is the fun. But from my side, it's the thing that you just enjoy the waste your time on it. That's all. That's
Okay.
all the understand of my fun means.
So do you think like it's a passion, more of a
Yeah,
passion, which makes people having fun with games?
yeah, we can say it like this way.
Okay. 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 And so like how do you think like some games are being able to like um get people passionate about games that they are not even into? Like if you understand my question. So how can you make a game that will be like interesting for those who are not passionate that much about games?
I think making it basic or something. So
Okay.
uh, do you know the Vampire Survivors?
True, true,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, this game doesn't have any asset or something. It's just like the process, the addictive thing. It makes you making some things repetitively, and it makes you addictive. So it can be become a fun to kill crowded enemies. So it's not like how can I say? It's not like making a game which has really amazing graphics or something. It's not. It can be a really bored game if even has amazing graphics. But it's like on the Vampire Survivors side, it's more about the game feel. It's more about the, how can I say, the process of the game. Um, so you can make a game which is fun, but we didn't define that fun thing. So yeah.
Yeah, because I think fun is very different for every one of us, and that's what I wanted to ask you from this topic. That what is more important for you in games, like story or gameplay?
I think exactly like the gameplay, on also the uh, game design for my side,
Okay.
because uh, you know that the art, the graphic is the makeup of the
Yeah.
games. The
I mean, not
all.
always. I would say not always. I totally agree what you are saying on, but I would say that there are some key games or key examples as games that
Mhm,
would not succeed without those beautiful graphics. Like, for example, if you mention the game behind your body and head, Bloodborne,
mhm,
it wouldn't work without those graphics.
exactly.
So there are some
When you
games that need those makeup, as you said, but I think that you're right about that. Not all of those games need those shiny makeups. It's true. Yeah. Okay. Go for that. Sorry for interrupting you.
no, no, don't worry. So I'm just more enjoying to work with the systems on
Okay.
the games.
Okay.
I just as a gamer, I want to discover all the systems on the game.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not interested in lots of graphics or something. I can play the Atari or like
Nice.
10 hours or something. Yeah, you understand, right? It's like the real game for me.
Okay.
So I'm playing some board games too because of it. That
Oh, nice.
I'm just going to play the board games
Okay.
to develop my game design sites.
Okay.
We see lots of digital games which has the makeups, the like the really good graphics, but as you said, there will be no any system or something. There will be some only graphic.
True.
Can we call it exactly the game? So,
Yeah. I mean, some
so,
of them are more of an experience, interactive experience, we would say.
but also these games has lots of interactive things. We can call
True.
them game. Like
True.
there are lots of
Yeah.
really good games
Yeah.
on these kind of games.
Okay. Okay. And so, like, when you were studying, and you're still, of course, studying IT and
Mhm.
programming and game development. So, on this side, like, what made you like think and express and open up about games as a player and as a developer when you
Mhm.
started to learn at university? So, what changed in your inner self as a player and as a developer as well? What changes have you been experiencing in yourself?
I think as a developer, I have lots of friends from software engineering.
Okay.
These guys making games too. But when I saw them their game, uh, the game has like heavily focused more on the programming. They just forgot to make a game. They just focused on coding. They just focused on programming systems, logics, game manager stuff, or all these kind of things. But they just stopped thinking about the what our game is. I
Okay.
saw it on the game jam sites a lot. So I think studying game design changed the perspective to, how can I say, how to look as a gamer and also a developer. Um, I was thinking about from the old when I sorry,
No, go.
when I
It's okay.
entered the studying digital game design. Um, I was only thinking about coding and programming, as I said.
Okay.
And after that, when I discovered the digital game design courses, uh, the all the things unlocked on my brain. I just started to think about the game more right now. And also I have lots of game jam games. I can send the links of it.
Yeah,
You
sure, go
can,
for that after our stream.
yeah, you can try to play it after the stream. And these games are, you will see the release date of the games. You will see that the more focused on programming side, and you will see the game which is more thinking about the game design stuff. So you can see the evolve of my game development career from the game jam games.
Okay. And what was your favorite of those games that you've been working on? Like very favorite?
From my games.
Yeah, that you were working on. Yeah.
So what do you mean? Can you
What was your
say?
favorite game that you have been working on?
I think the puzzle can be. I can send it to for you if you want. You guys can check it out.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
3D puzzle
Do that. Do
platformer
that.
game.
Feel free to do that in the chat. Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. So let me send it to you right now. So you guys can check it out. It's developed
Oh, you
from
sent it
the.
to me. Okay. Let
Yeah,
me.
I will send it to you, and you can.
Let me. Let me. Let me. Oh, I did not get it.
Yeah, I'm just sending it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
here we go.
Oh, nice. Okay, let me promote it.
In that game, you are just controlling a jelly character.
Okay.
The sounds and the movement of the character makes me really enjoy. It was really fun to develop it.
I see. Okay. So I can see that you're more into like making puzzle games, right? So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
okay, so that's what I realized now that then you were
Mhm.
saying that what drives you about games mostly is to enjoy yourself and have fun and also see the mechanics and enjoy the mechanics. So so is it important for you to always have challenge as a developer for yourself? So challenge yourself as a developer to like, make even better and bigger stuff into your games?
I think yes,
Okay.
because you know, if you are interested in the puzzle games, the level design of the game needs to be really good
Okay.
because it doesn't need to be like the board levels.
Okay.
If you make all the levels same, the player will be really get bored in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or
Yeah,
something.
true.
And yeah, so yeah,
Okay, and when designing these puzzles, how are you balancing like the difficulty of these,
I
missions
think
or
just
puzzles?
yeah, I think just doing some playtests, as I
Okay.
said. And also, I have a GDD, game design document, and I'm just trying to make that the priority mechanics, like which one is the most crucial, which one is the most difficult to use. So if it's a difficult to use mechanic, I'm just putting it to the end of the levels, like end levels. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
and after that, I'm just doing some playtests with my friends or like from my university friends or for um, to make it like more balanced puzzle game.
Okay. And if, for example, somebody would, for example, be very upset about a puzzle that it's very hard, will you change it for those people or not?
If it's more than one people, yeah, but it's just one people saying that this puzzle is pretty hard. I'm just trying to make some more playtests to understand
Do
it
you believe
correctly.
that if a developer can solve their own puzzles, then the players can too?
I think yes.
But then why to change? So here comes the question: why to change? Because still, Bloodborne is behind you. He is
Yeah,
watching you. The game is watching you. What you're saying. It's a hard game. Come on, and everyone enjoys it. Everyone loves Elden Ring. So
yeah, exactly. Well, I don't like to play Elden Ring or these kind of games because I just get so angry from the difficulty of the game.
Okay, but Bloodborne is still behind you. Why? It's
It's because of like, as you can see, it's on the upside. It's not like the downside.
oh,
You
okay.
can
It's top level, as you said. Okay, okay. It was
exactly.
intentional. Okay. Okay, I see. But so as we are going down the rabbit hole deeper, what do you think is the success behind these hard games? Because I can see that, like you said, a lot of people are not into very hard games these days, but still, these games are successful. As we mentioned, from software games, and there are also some games that were made by other
Mhm.
companies and were hard, mostly Souls-like games, of course. What makes these games special with their difficulty? Because it's
I
also a drive from the people that they have to these games. They get addicted to, to compete against bosses, to kill those bosses, to be there every day, every time, every hour, to be able to learn Millennia, for example, in Elden Ring.
exactly. I think it can be because of the same thing with the multiplayer MMORPG games.
Okay.
Uh, the competitiveness, like, how can I say? Um, we are just watching lots of streamers on the Twitch, on the other platforms,
Okay.
and they're just trying to beat the bosses or enemies, or you understand.
Yes.
So um, in my friends, when the Elden Ring was released first day, my friends just sending me the boss that they killed, and it was making the competitive area, which is not how can I say, the part of the game exactly.
I see. Okay.
Our friends was creating that competitiveness.
I see.
That
Okay.
that's the thing, I think, because and also and there are lots of people who tries to beat them like many times or something, and also when you died from the boss, you just try to beat it. It's your intention, it's our inner intention.
True.
But for my side, from my gaming understanding, I just get bored when I die like 10 times or 20 times. So
I
yeah,
see.
I just
Okay.
used to play that games.
Okay. I see. Okay. And what was your so yeah, we were talking about puzzle. Let's go back to that topic. So what was your very favorite and also least favorite puzzle to design at that game that you mentioned? Panzin? Panzi? Panzel? Panzel, right? Panzel. Okay. So what was the very favorite puzzle that you designed in that game?
In that game, it can be like fourth level or something. I don't remember.
Okay. Okay. And what
Yeah,
was the thing that you liked the most about it, that level?
because it was complicated and used to mechanics that teach the game teach you.
Okay. Okay. And were there any puzzles, not just this game, but any of the games that you were working on, that it was like a mastermind's idea of yours, and you were so hyped that you told everyone, "Okay, this was a puzzle I designed. Look at it." Were there times like that?
Yeah, there are lots of these times, and also, and after that, I came up with the levels that I created. I thought that I'm genius or something, but my friend says
Ego
that
is
it's just
important in these days.
my friend just says that it doesn't work, so I just get upset.
And you calm down to earth for a second.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, so and as for you mentioned these puzzle games. So and can you share these like thoughts, ideas, and passion with your close friends? I guess since they are also working in games, but like at high school, was it the
Mhm.
same? Like, could you share your passion with your high school teammates as well?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, they were pretty much into gaming then. Okay.
Mhm.
And how do you feel that for those people who are not making games, just playing games, should they
Mhm.
like start making their own games to learn about games more?
I don't think so, because they're just on the university side. They're just studying software engineering, all
Okay,
the other stuff like economy. So they just want to stay as a gamer, I think.
okay, I see.
I didn't have any friends who can influence from me to see my games or something.
And so when you get lost in programming or making a game, so uh, Do you rather like have a mentor or a friend who helps you solve the problem, or do you rather like take the help of the internet and search it by yourself?
We have lectures on our university,
Okay.
and also there are lots of really important developers too. In as they are working as a lecturer in there.
Okay.
Uh, when I started the programming in the first years, um, I was really upset because of I cannot see the feedback of what I am doing
Okay.
exactly, because programming is not like 3D art or something. If
True.
you are working on 3D art, you can make like you can see your progress. You understand what I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can you
Totally. Yeah.
can produce some assets and you can understand what you did or what's your negative things, what you can improve or something. But
True.
in programming side, you have to understand that um, how can I say, all the concepts, and after that you have to see your progress with making some games. But
Okay.
making games is not pretty easy thing. So
True.
uh, following your progress as a developer is in the first years is pretty hard for me. I was thinking about to break all the things, but and after that the lecturer who gives an introduction to programming lecturer saved my life, because he just encouraged me. He said that you can do that, you can do these things, and after that I just started to work as a developer.
Okay. Thanks to him then, as I
Yeah,
guess,
exactly.
right? He's your mentor then. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
He's teaching you still?
Yeah, yeah. He's not teaching me still, but he's just teaching for the first graders or something.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay, so I also learned that you are playing sports, right? So if I'm correct.
exactly.
Okay, what kind of sports do you do or play?
I was playing the football, the
Okay.
soccer or football. I think in the Europe side they are just calling it football too, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So the football, basketball, and also the combat sports. I loved all these things, but if you're asking which one you did, the football. I played it until the 16 years old, and after that I was interested in the games and also the programming. I was break the all the football career, and after that I just convert my career to the game development.
Okay. And were you playing on a competitive level as for a footballer?
Yeah, exactly. I was playing as a professional on
Oh,
like
okay, okay.
10 years. Like, uh, do you know Fenerbahce in Turkish team, Turkish football?
I'm to be honest, I'm not that into much to into like knowing sports teams and sportsmen, so I don't know him probably. So
All
yeah,
right.
sorry for that.
It's no, don't worry. It's the
I'm dumb for sports. I played tennis. To be honest, I played tennis for on a competitive level till I was like 17 or something like that.
Mhm.
So probably pretty much the same as your age when I left professional
Well, it.
tennis. But
Mhm.
I wasn't into like watching sports. I was rather doing sports. I don't know why. I know a lot of people are so drive and thrives to watch sports online or in TV or I don't know in a pub, but I'm not. I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm a guy who would rather play sports in real life
It's
and
more fun.
yeah. Okay. So and was there anything that you like bring from sports career into game development that you can think of?
So what do you mean?
Any like attitudes that you had as a footballer
Hmm.
that you
So
brought to game development process?
mhm. I think I can say that believing something, because in the football side you are just believing a process. It's same on the game development.
Okay.
Game development is not like short term process or something. You have
Okay.
to believe yourself, believe your project. Um, you have to motivate yourself all the days. If
Okay.
you decrease your motivate, it becomes like really bored process
True.
to developing a game. So yeah, it's the same thing I think with the football side and also the game development side.
Okay. Do you miss football
Believe
by the way?
I don't think so, because I loved what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
So it was like old days. It was good days too, but the game dev is more fun for me.
But do you do sports still?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just playing tennis too.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah, exactly. And
nice.
also I'm doing just
We can
like
play a
some.
tennis match sometime if we meet
Yeah, oh,
sometime in the future. Yeah,
sure, sure. I
nice.
will be on the Germany in like 2 days later.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Are you planning to go to Gamescom by the way, or this big event?
exactly. I'm just going to
Oh, okay.
Hamburg for first, and after that I will go to Köln for Gamescom.
Oh, nice. So we can meet, by the way. I will be at
Oh, great,
Gamescom too. Nice.
great.
Okay, let's keep in touch. Okay, nice. Okay,
I
so
Yeah.
as we discussed a lot of topics, but I'm curious that so when it goes to the story part, because you mentioned that you are more of a gameplay person, but you also like have to have at least some story in your games, of course. So when designing the story and when it comes to writing, what influences you to make these stories? Is it like from your own life, or is it like from books, movies, or games that you have been consuming and you put those together and make a story of your own? Or
I think I'm just trying to put all the together. It can be the influential thing can come from the film, can come from the comic book,
okay,
can come from the book.
yeah, you
It doesn't
mentioned
matter.
Cult of the Lamb, for example. Yeah, the
Yeah,
graphics.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And in the storytelling part, as I said before, I'm just more focused on gameplay, but you have to put some lore, you have to put some
Okay.
storytelling stuff to games too. But I'm just doing these kind of things. If I make a game which your goal is going to A to B, I'm just designing all the things how you can go to A to B, and after that I'm just putting a storytelling on it. So it's same thing in Mario, as you know. Doesn't matter who you are controlling or something. You are just going to A to B. There is an how can I say? You understand what I mean, right? Storytelling
Yes.
stuff, and it makes you more get addictive to game. But
True.
the system is going A point to B. That's all on the Mario
Yeah,
side.
but I mean, people are connected to these characters. So if you
Mhm.
think of, like you mentioned, Mario, they are not just connected to that game or those games because they have a great gameplay segments, but they also are connected to those games because of the characters, of course, in my opinion. Because
Yeah, exactly.
it's a mascot, like you cannot. So there are very few people who do not know who is Mario, for example, or
Yeah,
Princess
exactly.
Peach. Yeah. So I think that also character design and making a mascot for your character is also important. But of course,
Mhm.
like you said, in my opinion, I totally agree with you that yeah, the gameplay side is very important. But yeah, again, going back to Mario, as you mentioned, it's also a hard game.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I'm trying to catch you with that side, because you were
But have
telling
you?
me that if multiple people would tell you that you should down your difficulty of your game, that you would do that. So when
Mhm.
it comes to like games like Mario, it's fun. And
Yeah, exactly.
so yeah. So
What was?
you know what would be my question about this? So like what is the perfect balance, if you can think of like difficulty, not just for your games but every game, like.
Mhm. Perfect balance. It's one difficult question again, but I think I can say that the I saw that in the game jams. I was making lots of puzzle games or something, but I think that I'm just conveying all the mechanics, all the
Okay.
signatures to pass the level, but the player doesn't understand it. Even it's his genius or something. Because so I think the perfect balance is something about the how can I say?
Common sense, that people have common knowledge.
Exactly, exactly,
Okay.
exactly. That what's I wanna say.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, it's interesting that, like you said, if even there are genius people who
Mhm,
knows, for example, everything around our world, or at least some bigger topics or even math, that they
mhm,
cannot solve a, for example, puzzle platformer game, or an, I don't know, point and click game. And it's very interesting to think of like people, I
mhm.
think, do not might not share the passion for those games, and that might could be the problem as well. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, and other than like puzzle games, what kind of genres would you like to make as well?
I think I want to make like some RPG games on laters, and after developing my development skills, I want to work with some my colleagues from my university. They are just start to develop it, and I want to join them in the later, like 3 or 4 years later.
Okay, I see.
I would like to work on RPG game because it, as I said before, I like the systems, and RPG has much. There is lots of system. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. Could you
Yeah,
see yourself like combining RPG elements and puzzle elements together in a game?
yeah, it can be. Why?
Okay. And what kind of RPGs do you like? Could you mention some examples? Like as for games, you like American RPGs more, or Japanese RPGs more, or action RPGs?
I think action RPG.
Okay.
I really like the Witcher kind of games, like action RPGs. I really love them.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So what can you think of that topics that haven't been discussed? Like what would you tell us that haven't been discussed as a game developer and also is studying game development, making
Mhm.
games?
I think I can show some stuff about our university courses if you want,
Okay.
because to make some help to people who just try to decide their job in the future or something.
What would be
So
your advice, by the way, for those who would like to start it?
I think they need to do what they want exactly. If they want to be a game developer, it doesn't matter to study game design or like computer engineering or software engineering. You can do it without these kind of things. But if you get some, how can I say, if you study some digital game design or like the software engineering, you can make lots of networks. So I think the most crucial things to study these departments is this thing, I think,
That's right.
because you can be a really very talented person. You can make the beautiful games, amazing games. You can sell the games like one. You understand what I mean? You can sell it a lot, but the if you wanna work in the foreign countries or you wanna make some promotion to your game, you have to know some people. Like you have to make some network. So studying these departments, increasing your network. So I think the most crucial thing is these kind of things.
Okay. Okay. I see. And was it hard for you to learn networking at the beginning?
I don't think so because it goes step by step. So they are not like rushed to teach all the things. So yeah,
But would you rather do your own your games or do networking? Because of
yeah,
course you cannot be good in any of those, like you said. So I mean, not don't get me wrong, not good, but you cannot like everything, of course, in my opinion. So if you are more tried to make your own game, that it takes so much time that you cannot focus that much on networking and marketing your game.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, if you are, this is the thing I think. If you are studying and also developing a game,
Okay.
you have to balance both of them. So if you
Okay.
just focus on game development yourself, for yourself, if you are developing in the game, your grades are falling down. So you have to balance both of them.
Oh, I
That's
see. So you are saying as as a person who studies that. I see. I see. I see. So
yeah,
that's
that's the
what
crucial.
university also teach you to balance those things. I see. I see. I see. I see. Okay. 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 Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, because I talked with a lot of developers, and some of them already told us that, and me as well, of course, that they were try to make their games and they are passionate about their making games, but they are not into that much of like marketing their games nowadays, because like with all these streamers who are promoting their games, and journalists are not being able to promote games anymore that much like they used to. It's way harder to network with all those
Exactly.
people, because of course as an indie developer, if you do not have the budget for it, you cannot like say, okay, please play my game on your stream, for example, for a person who has million views or million followers. It's way harder, you know. And
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, okay, but it's interesting. I totally agree with you. As for me, I was never good at like very hardcore marketing. I like networking as well. I
Mhm.
totally agree with you on that it's important, but I'm more of a guy who is focused on his craft than doing marketing. So that's why I was asking you about this. So which one is more important for you?
For me,
Yeah.
I think marketing part can be uh, really important because you can make the best game, but if you don't know how to sell it, it's useless. You will just fail. So marketing part is pretty important, I guess, for
Okay.
my side.
And is money important for you? Like if your game, for example, would not be that successful, would you be very upset about it?
I don't think so because
Okay.
I'm just looking all these kind of things as an experience because you are becoming
That's nice,
achieve
by the way.
yeah, yeah. If you wanna be achieve what you want, you have to make some failures.
True,
So
true.
that's the thing for me. So I'm just trying to learn all the things from my failures. That's the thing.
What would be your biggest goal with developing games? Like what would be your ultimate goal? If you can
I
think of,
think
because I'm sure everyone has a dream, right? So
yeah, exactly. I think making money as a solo developer can be my main goal. I mean, the you understand what the making money, making lots of money.
okay.
This is my main goal for my future career. I want to make some games that I want to do as a independently because I don't want to work with the other guys who says you have to do this, you have to do these kind of things. The game design need to change or these kind of things. So I want to make a solo games and I want to make money. That's my old dream.
Okay, nice. And
Yeah,
hopefully it will work out for you. Yeah. You have a lot
I
of
hope.
games to play, so yeah, nice.
I
Okay.
hope. So.
Okay. So yeah, you were started to showing something. Sorry, I interrupted you. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry. Just I will share screen.
Okay.
Just
Let me. Can I open it up from here? How can I do that?
so
Oh
all the
yeah, I
people
can.
who wanna study this department can understand what they will learn or things.
Okay.
So this is my university, Bahçeşehir University, based in Istanbul, Turkey.
Okay.
This is the digital game design undergraduate program. So it starts first with the communication skills and academic reporting. It's pretty crucial because the communication is the um, really crucial on your team. If you on the same page with the colleagues, with the sound designer, with the artist, with the developer, you will make a fail. So the
Yeah, true.
communication is pretty important, and they are just teaching basics of programming. It includes C++ and also C sharp, design thinking, 2D digital art, game history analysis, and I think this is a really important course too because if you are doing something you have to know what you are doing. You have to know the history of it becomes much um, creative to you.
Okay.
So fundamentals of game design, they are just trying to teach you what is the game, what is the gamification stuffs
Okay.
in there. It includes the fundamentals of it, and also there are some communication courses. Introduction to game engines. This comes out in the first grade, the second semester of the first grade, and they are just introducing the game engines like Unreal Engine, like Unity, or like Godot or something.
Would you rather
These
use your own engine and create your own engine, or would you rather like use engines that are already exist?
I think already exist. They are just using the already exist engines.
But
Because
as for you.
as for me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It can be changed in terms of the games type.
Okay.
I can use all the engines. I don't want to stay on like only Unity because one day Unity can be removed on the industry. It
True.
can be happen. But
True.
if you trust yourself like as a programmer, you can write your engine, or you can use different engine, which you can use your programming skills. So I think if you want to be a game developer, you don't have to stuck on just only one engine.
True,
It's
true. I agree with you. Okay, and you were also like speaking of like basic like languages that you were learning. What was your favorite programming language?
I think it can be C sharp.
Okay, and why?
Because it's easy to learn in the first when you start to learn programming, and also it teaches you to object oriented stuff, because
True. Okay.
the C sharp is an object oriented programming language.
Yeah.
So it makes you to understand the object oriented concepts more easily in the beginnings. That's
Okay.
why.
And what was your very first program that you have implemented in C sharp, if you can think of that? What was your very first mission at uni?
I tried to make a game which is works on the console side.
Oh, okay.
uh, yeah, it was my first project on the C sharp, as I know.
Nice. Okay.
And
Okay.
after that, they're just teaching the basics of storytelling.
Okay.
As you can see, they're just trying to teach you the basics and fundamentals of programming, design, and storytelling
Every
stuff in
aspect
the
we could
first.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, every aspect. Because this area in the first grade, you are just trying to understand what you want to be. If you are interested in 3D art, it can be changed on the second grade. You want to be a programmer or something. So yeah, they are just trying to discover yourself in the first grade. And after that, in the third semester, it means the second grade, they are just teaching game design studio. This class allows you to make your dream game in one semester. There is an exactly 14 weeks, and there are lots of lectures in that class. As I know, four lecturers. They are just making you, how can I say it? They are just giving you some feedbacks about your game. You are just showing your process in each week, and they are just giving their feedbacks, and you are just changing your games based on these feedbacks.
Okay.
And you are just learning how to how can I say, in the game developer, as a game developer, you are just doing what the game designer says in the big companies. And in there, you are just learning how to implement the thing that comes out from the game designer as a
Okay.
game
So
developer.
you have to be a game designer yourself as well at that lecture, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So game production, in this class, you are just making a game again with creating your team, which includes like 3 or 4 people. You understand how to make a game as a team, because it's really different than the making a game as a solo.
Okay.
Because yeah, there are lots of people, you have to communicate with them, you have to be on the same page with the artist, sound designer, or these kind of things. And after that, there are some classes, game design studio again. So here we go, there is a gamification class. This is really important because our job is making the assets to gamified way. In the digital games are like making the assets, converting them into the interactive things. So this gamification is pretty important, not for only digital games. It's really important for our daily lives too. So there are lots of things that use that gamification, as like Duolingo. It's a perfect gamification example.
Okay.
So, and after that, these are departmental elective and general electives. There are lots of departmental elective classes. These are, as you can see, there are lots of them on the third grade, because in that grade, you have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to be a programmer? Do you want to be a 3D or 2D artist? Do you want to be a sound designer? There are lots of courses in that part, and
Okay.
you can choose whatever you want based on what you want to be.
I see.
So they are just giving you a freedom in this third and fourth grade, and that's all. So as I said, for making your network is pretty important. you meet with the lots of friends in there, and they are just doing games. That's all. That they don't do any economy or these kind of things. They are just making games. So you can share your experiences, and also you can get some informations from them, from experienced persons. So this makes it really special. And also in our university, let me show you. What makes crucial is that this is our university.
Okay.
There are some game studios in the um, class
Okay.
areas.
Okay.
These guys are really professional guys, and they are just staying on your site. And also, these studios lead by the lecturers, and they are just making really good games too. Do you know that Cats and the Other Lives? Let me show it.
I think yes.
You know that, right?
I think yes.
This game.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
This game comes out from the Celtic Games,
Oh,
which
okay.
is says that these game studios,
Okay.
and the director of this game is our lecturer too. So
Nice.
you can get some eh, lots of things from them.
Okay. Do you think like discussing this topic, it's important for as a person who studies game development to learn from people who are already in the industry and not just
Yeah,
teaching it?
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Because
of course, everyone is in the industry who's teaching it, but not every one of them is making games. Like, do you think it's important to have experience making games in order to?
I think the difference from this game design department from the software engineering or computer engineering is this thing. Because in the software engineering side, you have lots of lectures comes from academy. They are not working on real projects. They are not faced with lots of issues
So
or
they do
these
not
kind of
have
things.
those experiences that you would like to
Yeah,
have as a person who
exactly. They are
studies them.
just
Yeah.
writing papers.
Yeah, I totally
They're
agree with you on that, and I think that that's the issue when it comes to, for example, as for the university I was studying at, that a lot of like professors like were into math and programming, but they weren't like into making games. And of course, when you're learning a language and
Mhm.
programming and trying to, having these thoughts making of those games, and they are not into that, it's very hard to have those experienced people that you can ask like tips and advices from.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So from this community, you cannot lose your way in that sense. So
that's a very nice
because
touch. Yeah,
yeah, because they are just making games too. They know what makes the game development difficult. They are just sharing their experiences, like how to open a Steam page or something.
okay.
Because it can be really complicated when you when you release your first game in the
Yeah,
Steam.
true, true.
So you can teach them face to face. You can get all the answers from them. So it makes the really crucial this department for my side, I think.
Understand.
So also there are lots of other professional developers in there. You can talk with them. You can, if you have some errors or some bug fixes, you can ask them. They can help you. So it's really good community.
So what do you think was the like opening behind this possibility of your university, that they had this option to have all these developers also
Mhm.
as teachers? Because I think that not a lot of countries has these
Mhm.
options, then
Yeah,
that they
exactly.
can combine not just programmers and professionals, but those who actually make games, and have those people teach how to make games. So
Mhm.
what is the special recipe at your university behind that?
I think the game is how can I say, if you want to make game you have to be a productive, right? So
True.
if you want to be a productive, you have to get that course which is affecting you to make games. So this area is includes lots of developers, lots of artists, lots of sound designers or music composers. So they are just mixing all of them to make some games. And as you can see, I showed the courses, and all these courses based on the projects. There is no any finals or something. You have to make you have to make game or project.
Yeah, but that's
It-
what I was asking. That what? So how can a university decide on this thing to be like that? So I mean, we can name a lot of countries that have good universities and outstanding universities, but they do not have this option to learn from professional game designers or people who actually develop these games. They are just software engineers and they are not making games. So what is the special about your university, and how do you think your gaming culture in your
country.
place, or yeah, sorry, country that you're living in right now made this possible to have this kind of opportunity for students?
So I don't know what's the recipe is, but yeah, as you said, um, there is no any. I didn't see any digital game design department.
It's rare.
Uh,
It's rare, we should say. Yeah.
yeah, it's ready because I went to Spain for Erasmus.
Okay.
I was in Barcelona, Mataro. Uh, there was a digital game design department too, and they were doing the same thing with ours. They were lots of lecturers who has really experience on the sector,
Okay.
and also they are the lecturers. So yeah, I don't know the recipe for our university. So to be
But
honest,
it's a nice touch in my opinion,
yeah,
because I
yeah,
think that
exactly.
those universities and those studies which lack of those people who actually make games, it will be
Hmm.
very hard for students to understand, okay, what should I do. Like for example, you just told us an example like how to open a Steam page as a developer, how to upload your game. I mean, it's not a common sense to think of, like it's not a common thing, like most of us do not know how to do that. So it's like, of course it should be thought by like those who are professionals and know that already. Yeah.
And also, I think the university. I think the recipe can be about the hiring the young lecturers too, because we don't have any old age. We have just few, but we
Yeah,
don't
but
have.
yeah, I totally understand you what you're saying, but yeah, it's also a decision. Like for your university, it had to be a decision behind that. And like I was
Mhm,
saying, for example, at as I don't know, at let's say in Hungarian universities, most of them they are teaching game development, but not on this level when they are realizing, okay, let's make those people who are actually making games
mhm,
teach games. Like here in Hungary, we have also a lot of companies which made like bigger games and famous games that a lot
exactly.
of people know, not just in Hungary but all over the Europe and all over the world. But I cannot think of like universities here in Hungary that we're saying, okay, you can learn from those guys and girls who are making games. So it's sad because like you mentioned, it's very nice thing to have these developers, and you can also like get in touch with them and get be
Mhm,
more motivated to develop your own
yeah,
games and not give up,
yeah,
of course, because I think that's the problem. Here comes the problem: a lot of people are giving up very easy or at
mhm,
the middle of their process because they are not being able to have a good mentorship and a good networkship with people who are actually in the industry for like, I don't know, 10 or 20 years, which should be of course important because they are the masters of
mhm.
these
Exactly.
things. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we are just doing lots of game jams in there
Okay.
to um, produce. So yeah, that's all.
Do you can see yourself as a mentor in the future as well, not just making games but teaching about games?
Yeah, it can be. Why not? Because I wanna make an one more study about the game design,
Okay.
but not like more game design. I will be more like game engines or game development side. And after that, I wanna go into the academia. Like, yeah, it can be because I really love to teach these things. I was open the development channel on the YouTube. I was sharing some tutorials or something because it was not like get lots of views. I just close it. So yeah, in future I can be go to the academia too.
Oh, nice thing to have. Okay, nice. Okay, so and when we can see your game coming out that you're working on now?
Hmm.
You said like 1 or 2 years, right?
Yeah,
Are
exactly.
you going to release it on Steam?
Yes, I will release it on Steam, and also I think if I can do that, I wanna release it on the Xbox side too with the controller.
Or just Xbox? Why not PlayStation?
I don't know because there is an issue in Turkey about the developer kits of the PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
They are not just sending lots of kits to our country, so it can be really difficult to make a game in
Oh,
there.
I see, I
But
see, I see,
yeah,
I see. Okay,
yeah,
okay, okay, okay. Okay, let's keep in touch and hopefully we can see your game in the future very soon and we can play it and talk about it. Okay, so is there anything that you can think of like to mention that we haven't discussed? Because we discussed a lot of topics, so
yeah, I think all done.
okay. Are you down to answer some questions if there are in my chat?
Sure, sure.
Okay, so if anyone would like to ask anything from our friend here, Barkin, let us know. Like I'm always saying, feel free to let us know. We will wait for some minutes, and if there is
Mhm.
no question, then I will
So
end
if
the
if
stream.
you guys interested in the studying the game design, and if you have some questions, I can try to answer them in Discord or in the
Yeah, I
pub.
will add you to my Discord server after that. Yeah, yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, nice. Okay.
I think we are all done.
Yeah, I think that it's late here at my
Yeah.
place and at your place as well. So people probably are sleepyheads because of the hot weather. So yeah. Okay, I will turn off the stream and have a small conversation with you because I would like to ask you something.
All right.
But yeah, everyone on the stream, thanks for tuning in. My camera got blurry, not sure why. Okay, it's working now. So yeah, everyone, thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in into this video interview live, and also thanks everyone who will watch back the VOD or the edited version of the game. Sorry, my bad. Video interview. Yeah, and yeah, thank you for you too being here with us. And yeah,